Hey, good morning. All right. John, Paul. Whoop, gotta mute YouTube. There we go. The comment section right. Rich is here. Yeah, did Angelo bury Rob in the desert? People want to know. Okay. So we got 8 of you here. Pull a chair up to the table, my friends, and we'll hang out. Ed, how you doing, Ed? Let's see. What happened this week? NBA is in full swing now, which is awesome. My Trailblazers beat the Denver Nuggets the other night. It was a nail biter of a game, but so good to see Jokic go down. He's amazing. If you all know Nikola Jokic, probably the best player in the world right now. But Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs is right behind him. Boy, he's just turning it on this year. Something fierce. But yeah, I'm really happy that the NBA is in session and doing its thing. Hey, Vinyl Piper, Chris. Oh, let me get you a wrench real quick here. You need a wrench. There you go, bud. You're all wrenched up. Rochelle, she's in the house, relaxing today. We're gonna watch. Hopefully, I think tonight. My Commander Skids are playing on NBC on Sunday Night Football, so that'll be fun. Joe Wemby looks fake. He does look. He looks inhuman. It's kind of funny. I was watching this thing about I think they had him listed at like 7'3" or something like that, but he's more like 7'6". I mean, the guy is just. It's unreal, and he's not shooting 3-pointers this year like he did last year. So he's hanging out on the inside. I think last year he averaged like 6 3-point shots a game, and he's down to 3, half that this year. Russell, how you doing, man? Yeah, it should be fun to watch. The West is so strong, so strong. It'll be fun to see. Now baseball's over. Congratulations to the Dodgers. It was a great series, going to 7 games. Our National League team in the house here, Rochelle's a big Dodgers fan. She grew up watching the Dodgers and stuff, so we were okay with the Dodgers winning. But I felt bad for the Jays. Kind of wanted them to win a little bit. Would have been happy either way. It was just fun watching a great series of baseball and the ups and downs of both sides and how that worked out. But so baseball's done. We're doing the basketball now for a while. Revs, how you doing, man? Glad you're here. Okay, so let's see. I had promised to show a lot of records today. Let me just show some records I picked up yesterday at the Goodwill here in town. Just a few records that I got, and then I'll go into the others. But I got some kind of oddballs. Jens is here. Hey, Jens. Here's a French press. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Chausson? But this is on Harmonia Mundi, a French label. But I listened to this last night, the first side, and really liked it. Violin and piano, really good, and it's in just pristine shape. Very quiet, very quiet. But this was really interesting. I love the cover. But I'm slowly but surely getting my classical chops in, learning stuff. Here is another French album. This is French folk songs. I think this is from 1957 on Judson. And this was really neat, kind of something you might hear in like a French restaurant quietly in the background. But this was really cool. There's it's listed on Discogs, but there's none for sale and none have sold. So somebody put it up there who has it. I think only one person has it on Discogs, but somebody had a really cool collection that came out in. There was a lot of classical albums that came out in the local Goodwill. Russell says Harmonia Mundi rings a bell. Not sure from what. Yeah, I didn't know the label before yesterday. Here's one that's really cool. This is from 1954. Bo Diddley on Checker. The album's not in very good shape, but kind of a neat piece of history to have, and it was fun. I listened to the first half of this. It was fun last night. Really cool. And then the last one, I only got 4 yesterday, but the last one, this is the one I was kind of most excited about. This is Sandhog, and it's signed by Earl Robinson. It says to Moshe and Hilda Lendre. And it's on Vanguard, but here's the really cool thing. I found this inside. There's not a date on the album, but it's from the 50s. I think it's 54, I think. But this was on the inside, and there's no date on it. It's a poster, An Evening with Earl Robinson, composer, songwriter, folklorist. It's like a folk opera kind of a thing. So there's a guy on the piano, and then there's that's singing, and then there's a guy that narrates it. And this is at Reed College, which is in Portland here. And then down at I think the adult ticket was $2.50. Student ticket was $1.50. There's a check. You could check a box for, I am unable to attend, but I wish I could make a contribution. And this was, let's see, sponsored by Portland Women for Peace and Portland Students for Peace. And I found this inside the jacket. There's no date on it, but and so I looked here for a date, and it just says Portland, Oregon, but it's a 3-cent stamp. So probably from the maybe early 60s or something, maybe even 50s. I don't know. Hey, Paul's been to Reed College, bunch of hippies. Yes, it is. It's a pretty prestigious, one of the most prestigious colleges in Oregon, and difficult to get into from what I understand, and a beautiful old campus. So, hey, Yvonne's here. So those were the records I picked up yesterday, and I don't know if I'm going to sell them or hold on to them. So I think I mentioned it last week, but the record shop that I had my records in downtown here, my friend, she had a stroke. Bambi is her name. She had a stroke. And although I think she's going to make I talked to her husband, and he says that she's getting, she's made some improvements, but it's going to be a long haul for her. She talks slow. She talks slow like this, like people often do. Hey, Jens, when they've had a stroke. So she's closing the shop down. So yesterday afternoon, I went down and pulled my records. And look here, you can see all these records here in my room. That probably about 1,000 records that I went down and got, and now I have all these records that I had for sale down there. I'm going to be talking with another location here in town, hopefully today or this week sometime. A big coffee shop called The Warren. And it's in a big old brick building, probably 100-year-old brick building, and they have the whole one wall, probably 40 feet, is lined with bookshelves. And I talked to them about putting some records in, and the owner said she would love to have records. I won't have as big of a space. I really had a big holy moly wall at the antique shop with probably 40 records on it. I'll probably only get put my 3x3 up, so I'll have nine albums. Nick Tronic, how you doing, man? I am one of us. Hey. So anyway, so I thought today I would show a bunch of records. There's going to be I'm not going to show 1,000 records, but I'll show a bunch of cool ones that I had for sale down there. And I don't want anybody to, primarily what we're going to do is just look at cool records. So if any of you want a record, you're my buddies in the VC, and I'll give you a good discount. I try to price all my records right below the the Discogs median, and then of course take condition into consideration and stuff like that. But if anybody wants one of the or more of the albums, let me know. I think in the U.S. shipping is probably about $6, but I'll discount the record, and we can figure something out if you want to buy a couple and whatnot. But for the most part, I just want you to be able to relax, and we can talk about certain records if you post a comment. And Audio Geek, how are you doing, man? And we'll just go through them. So you can my email is really easy, just like my YouTube channel and my Instagram. It's just Marty in Oregon. So if I don't get you, I got a pad here. I can write some names down and write what you want. But the best way to get to me is through sending me a DM on Instagram, and feel free to follow me too. I don't post a whole lot, but Marty in Oregon on Instagram, and then martyinorgan@gmail is my email. And if I missed you or you wanted something and I didn't catch it, just yeah, you can figure out some way. I'm in Oregon, John. Yes, you know that, buddy. Oh, you're being funny. I get it, Marty in Oregon. Took me a second. I'm slow on the uptake, John. Yeah, Joe, finding stuff at Goodwill. The problem with Goodwill here is they're $4 a record, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when I'm buying, really good stuff for $3 and $2, you really have to. The records I buy at Goodwill have to be ones I can sell for $10 or more, because by the time I pay the antique shop and clean them and sleeve them, and then price it, it's just not. It's not worth it. Like yesterday, there was a whole mess of really good classic rock and probably 4 or 5 UK presses, like the Grassroots and what were some of the other ones? Some psych bands. The sleeves were in perfect shape, but the records were hammered. Like I don't mind some scuffs and stuff like that that you can't hear, but when you've got feelers, I guess you call them feelers, you can actually feel it. You just can't go for those records. Records that would have been, between $20 and $30 for a cool UK press. I just can't make it worth it, and I don't really want to sell unless it's a rare album. I don't want to sell it to friends. So, yeah, Joe, LPs are $2 and 45s are $1.50. I have found that in other states, but Goodwill here. In fact, we've got a Goodwill in Salem, in the capital here, and they've been individually pricing some records. So you'll see like, a hammered Joe Cocker or a Paul Simon album that is, $8, $9. I don't know what they're at Goodwill. It's just, I don't even go to that Goodwill anymore, even though they've got about 2,000 records. It's just not worth going through this stuff and trying to find something. So anyway, yeah, they used to be 99 cents. That's the way it was here too. Hey, Bill Codville, how you doing? Hey, I wanted to say, I when you were in the car the other day on what was it, Friday? I think you were wearing a pilot's jacket. I thought that jacket was really cool. Okay, let's just go through some records, shall we? Y'all ever heard of the Grease Band? Speaking of Joe Cocker, this was the band, Joe Cocker's band, and I think they played with him at Woodstock. This is on Shelter Records. I'm not sure if this is from the early 70s, but not an album that I see very much. Kind of got a gross, kind of like floral wallpaper with grease on it. Kind of weird. But yeah, that's it's kind of a strange. Anyway, not an album that you see a whole lot. This is cool. This is still in the shrink with the Kmart sticker on it. Pacific Gas and Electric. This is a 2i Columbia in good shape. Do you guys? I don't think these guys. I don't know what their hit was. Psychedelic rock, right? So many records like. Yeah, Stefan. It's funny. I go to my record shop here in Salem. Drum Bug. They have a whole bunch of records for 99 cents, and good classical stuff and rock and whatever. Yeah, I find discounted records, the dollar bin is better at a record shop than it is at Goodwill in a lot of cases. Here's a repress of Veed and Fleece. I had looked for this in the UK but didn't find it, and then found it when I came back here. Are You Ready was their hit. That's the Pacific Gas and Electric. Okay. Oh, Shelter Records was Leon Russell's label. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I didn't know that. Here's Dominic's preview. Here's an album that people like. This is For Sale. FOURSAIL. Ha ha. Play on words. On the red label. Electra. Let's see here. Here is Dawn of the Dickies. This is what, post punk or punk, kind of, from the 80s. This is 79. You guys probably know that. Tupelo Honey is your favorite, Joe. Right on. Superman logo. Yep, that's right. This is an album that I haven't seen anywhere, but I'm sure you could find it. But it's Tony Iommi. It's Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi on Warner Brothers. It's from the, I think, 80. Look what I brought today. Brought my No Ants Being Fried. 1986, I think. Anyway. Here's an album that I got in the UK. This is kind of funny. Roy Harper, Flashes from the Archives of Oblivion. It's kind of an interesting album. This is a 74. Censored, obviously. I don't know what he's doing with his hand there. Kind of weird. Wasn't he with a different band, Roy Harper? I'm not sure. Here's one that's kind of so these are a little bit more of the holy moly stuff here. Jerry Goffin. It Ain't Exactly Entertainment on Adelphi Records. Kind of a small label, I'm sure. This is okay. I think it's one of those ones where you got, if you know, you know, maybe. New Peter Criss album coming up. Yeah, Russell, I heard about that. Here's a local favorite, Modest Mouths. And this is on, this is really cool. This is a limited edition. I've had this for a while on the blue and gray. It's a double album. This is kind of a cool, if you like Modest Mouse. I really like Modest Mouse. Was big into them in the early 2000s, and then saw them in concert in Bend at the Les Schwab Amphitheater. And I remember, I think the Pixies opened up for them, or was it the Breeders? I forget. But there was a guy next to me that was dancing, and he was just kept hitting me. Bam, 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 bam. It's very irritating. Let's see here. This is really cool. This is a Brandi Carlile album, Give Up the Ghost, and this is it's an expensive album, but this one's also signed. Brandi here, and then the two brothers that are part of her band. I don't know if they're twins or not. But this is a really cool album. Modest Mouse worked with the Black Keys. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Russell, would be cool to find the PDX compilation that was Whip's acoustic cover of White Wedding. Oh, I don't know that at all. Interesting. Okay, this is a really cool album. This is a soundtrack to the video game Zelda, and it was done by a Slovenian orchestra. It's a double album on gold vinyl. And it's just a beautiful cover, and it sounds just tremendous. I think I I had this on Discogs for a while. I think it was the only one for sale on Discogs, but it's not cheap. $235. I think they've been selling for around $300. So this is kind of a special album. I guess that you can get non-colored vinyl. This is the limited edition gold one that I think they did a GoFundMe for when it came out. I ended up getting this from a collector here in town that I got a bunch of Terry Riley records from and whatnot. Here's one that I got from my neighbor across the street. I got a crate full of records from him. This is the soundtrack to The Nice Guys, the fantastic movie with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. If you haven't seen The Nice Guys, make a plan to see that movie. It's just it's the time period is the 70s, and it's done just, it's so funny, and it's just done really well. This is a double album on pink vinyl, and this is kind of cool. There's inserts. There's a, let's see, The Nice Guys, this insert here. Then there's a let's see here. Oh, okay. There's like a movie poster, 3D glasses, because there's a let's see here. Where is it? Oh, it's on the, let's see. The inside is a 3D picture of a naked lady, and so you put the glasses on, and it's like she's in the room with you. But this is kind of it's a cool soundtrack. That's not cheap. It was I have $140 on it, but I think it sells for quite a bit more than that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Roy Harper sang Pink Floyd's song "Have a Cigar" on the Wish You Were Here LP. I didn't know that. See, the stuff you learn. Very cool, Stefan. To be honest, I don't look for it. I just keep my eyes and ears open in case it turns up. That's cool. Sorry, it's taking me a bit. I want to get all this back in here. Oh, it's not going. I should just put it down and move on. There we go. Okay, I'll do this later. Throw that in there nicely. Here's an album that I really like, and I wouldn't mind keeping it. John Martin, Solid Air. Wow, this is so good. Very Nick Drake, and I think he wrote a song for Nick Drake, trying to get him out of the doldrums on this album. But it's on the island, the Pink Circle, and this is just a tremendous record. Yeah, very, very cool record. Here is a early UK press of from Genesis to Revelation on Decca. It the first pressing Decca is worth like $1,000, but this is the FFSS label, and it's not cheap, but it's pretty cool. I got like 7 Genesis albums from a guy, and this was one of them. Anybody ever heard of the Troublemakers, Doubts and Convictions? I don't know much about them. Interesting label. I need to listen to this again. I don't remember the story behind that. Okay, you're interested in the Martin. Let's see. Let me set it aside for you, Russell. I will set this aside for you. I have your Syd Barrett album right over there waiting for you. Here's a, okay, this is really cool. This is a white label promo of Neil Young's Time Fades Away. Actually, you can see the circle right here where the promo. I wish the sticker was still on there, but this is very cool. There's one on Discogs that says there's a mono version of this that brings really big bucks, but this is kind of spendy too. Yeah, pretty cool. Tony Rice released, or posthumously, I guess they released the Tony Rice Unit, which a lot of people are talking about. This is Church Street Blues, an album. It's on Sugar Hill. This is an original press, probably first press, I guess it is. And this is a pretty famous record. But everybody's saying that the new album, the new Tony Rice Unit album, is like a audiophile album, and I think a lot of people are saying it's their favorite album of the year so far. Oh, I think I'm on my 4th cup of coffee this morning, guys. I am buzzing. Here's a 74 that I'm not going to keep. Tangerine Dreams Phaedra. This is in really good shape. This is a Japanese press of this album. It's cool. I liked it, but probably not something that I'll Phaedra, Jens. Probably not something that I would listen to. I'd rather find, a lot of these albums, I'd rather find somebody that really would enjoy it more than me. But I am keeping, I do have at least 374s that I am keeping that I really like, that I'll listen to more. This is I had a batch of reggae stuff that I had gotten a while back, and this is the Herbalizer, kind of a weed reference, I think. Take London. I need to listen to this. I haven't listened to it. I don't know. It's a UK press, but do you guys know the Herbalizer? I've never listened to them. I need to listen to this one. Here's another 74 that people like. And this is Magma's Contargos. This is kind of a wild album, kind of unique, spacey, proggy. Yeah. The Herbalizer one. Okay. I'm gonna keep going and not write it down. So I'll set this aside for you, Paul. Send me a message on Instagram or contact me on Discord, and remember that. Or we'll talk later today and go through all that with you guys. And Magma. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's an album that is on a lot of people's top albums of 74. I like it, but it's not one that I'm going to keep. But this is Richard and Linda Thompson. I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight. It's good. It's really good. I remember specifically listening to this, streaming this like 3 times up in the Columbia River Gorge when I was on my way to Idaho this year. And it's kind of interesting how I'm in the truck and I have these memories of certain albums, and I can remember where I was driving when I guess that's the sign of good music, when you can remember where you were listening to an album. Like, I'll think of an album and then remember that I was in Kansas, riding through the middle of Kansas, listening to an album. One really, there's a lot of things about driving truck that aren't so awesome, but maybe not a lot. There's a few things that aren't so awesome because it's tiring, because you're always on, you're always paying attention. But the one thing is I get to listen to music all day long, or listen to audiobooks or lectures or whatever else, and that's really fun. So yeah, this is a good one, isn't it, Russell? Quick Spec. Hey, thanks for commenting. Nice thumbnail. All good served on those plates. Has to be made from scratch, right? Yeah, I really enjoy doing the thumbnails. I just put in a prompt on Google's Gemini, and it spits it out for me. They're kind of low res, so they look good. They look good on your phones, but when you look at it on a full screen, it's a little bit blurry. Here's a 74 that I found in the UK that I still don't know a whole lot about. Spiral Staircase SAS, Sweet OK Super Sister, and this is a like a prog album that I have not seen anywhere. It's on Polydor, and I don't know. Oh, and this is a Dutch press. Okay, I don't even think there was a U.S. press of this on Discogs, but this is something that's nice. Maybe Chris the Vinyl Piper would know about this album. Anyway, are you able to maintain how much money these records are, or would you rather keep that private? You can ask if you want. I have a price. Like this one is $42, and that's under Discogs Medium, I believe. But I'm gonna make it right with you guys. And if you're interested in a record, I don't. I'm not gonna hold you to. If I give you a price and you're like, yeah, we'll work it out. And if you decide to pass on something, that's okay too. Just keep it all loose and friendly here, guys. I'm more excited about. Super Sister, we're from the Netherlands. Yeah, okay. Hence the Dutch press. All right. Very much the Dutch version of Canterbury Prague. Okay, very cool to know. That's cool. Anyway, I'm happy to hook you guys up with records. That's the most important to me. Here's a Brandi Carlile. This is live in Seattle. This is a double album on kind of the redo of the Columbia, or the Capitol, Columbia 6i. Yeah. I think they're different. Yeah, there's the red one there too. This is really cool. I listened to this one. This is a very cool. I got this at the same time as I got that other one that was signed. Very cool. Okay, here's a really cool album. I considered keeping it for my own 74 collection, but probably not. I'm happy if nobody wants it, but this is Used Gong. This is a UK press on the Virgin, yeah, label, and this is a great album. I really like listening to this. The American press has kind of a different font on the bottom here, but yeah, this was I think a lot of people put this at the top of their 74 list too, right close in as their favorites. Very proggy, very proggy. Okay, here's Wendell Harrison, Organic Dream. This is a really wild album. This is I think a second press of this. There is an earlier press that's worth a lot of money, but this is a unique album that I'm sure you don't see very often. Love and Hate as in Haight and Ashbury hate. But yeah, pretty interesting. Let's see. I'm sure you all have seen this on in record stores. Santo and Johnny, kind of a classic on Canadian American label. My records are falling over. Excuse me. This is a cool album. It's in really good shape. That's why I have it. These old records like this could be really hammered quite a bit, but this was in great shape, so I kept it. Okay. Guten Tag. Hey, Dave. How you doing, buddy? Put Wendell in my pile. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put them all just in one big pile here, and those of you who can get a hold of me. The Cream, John Lee Hooker, on Tomato Records this is from '78. Very cool blues. I love the ice cream sundae there. He's got his pipe in his hand. What a classy guy, right? Look at those lapels. Very cool. Here's one that's interesting. I got this in where did I get this? I got this in Cottage Grove, down south of Eugene, on a motorcycle ride at an antique shop. This is the Sons of Thunder, introducing the Sons of Thunder, featuring "Anoint Me, Lord," a dedication to. Look at that. Very wild. This is on Miracle Life Records. It's pretty wild. You and Solid Air are classic late night albums. That's so true, Ed. Totally different music, but you can, I can see listening to both of those on a kind of a cozy winter's evening with the lights turned down. It'd be really cool. Here we go. This is a cool album. Soul of Africa, Hal Singer, Jeff Gilson, on Free Spirit series. Yeah, it's interesting. You may know Hal Singer and Jeff Gilson. I think it's like jazz, but not sure. Okay, here are two UK presses that I got in Ireland, in Belfast, Queen 2 and Sheer Heart Attack. These are both 74s, and normally you'd think I'd hold on to these, but I'm not a big Queen guy. I think maybe I got burned out on them a little bit too much. They're both represses. Static ATX, tuned in fast, first time watcher, all these for sale. What is going on? Yes, I'll just let me just reiterate, Static. These are all for sale. I had the antique shop I was selling in closed down. So yesterday I went down and got about 1,000 records out of the space that I had. You can contact me on Instagram at Marty in Oregon at Instagram, or Marty in Oregon at Gmail. And since you're new, that's probably the best way to get a hold of me. If you see something here, and if you have any questions at all about condition or anything, please put them in the comments and I'll pull the record out and we can go from there. Okay. Here is a really good condition on the beach. I already have a copy of this, so that I wouldn't sell my 74 of this. This is, I think it's my favorite Neil Young album. It's so good. Part of I think is it album 2 of the Ditch trilogy. The bio on this album is that they were eating a lot of, is it honey slides? I think, like crackers with pod infused honey on it. But this is it's on the Steamboat label. But this is such a great album. I love everything about this album. Every song's a winner on this album. Very cool. This is cool. Lazy Lester True Blues. I got this from a gentleman along with a bunch of other blues albums in a craft fair down here this summer. Marty, Loki says, am I the only person in the VC with that Neil Young album? No, you're definitely not, Loki. Unless that's a joke that everybody's got it. But check this out. Okay, it's signed on the back that says the real Lazy Lester, and it's because that's not Lazy Lester on the cover. The record company put somebody else on the cover. But the guy I got this from actually is the one that got it signed. He saw him live. I think it was in Washington somewhere. And the joke is that it's not him, so he signed on the back the real Lazy Lester, which I think was really cool. But blues album on Excello Records. Yeah, it's very cool. Dagan says, hi, Static ATX Records, great show yesterday. Oh, do you have a channel, Static? Do I know you? Maybe I know you or know of you. Maybe I've watched your stuff. What's your first name? Here we go. O'Donnell Levy, Simba. Let's see. This is from 74 as well. on Groove Merchant. Yeah. Records. You discovered it first, Loki. I'm sure you did. Nobody else knew about it before you. Yeah, this is a good album. I liked it. Not one I'll keep. Okay, here's one. This was one of the big ones that I got in the UK that I've listened to a couple times, and I really like it. And it's like you, it would be one that I'm happy to pass on to somebody else. But okay, and it's Peter Hamill, The Silent Corner and the Empty Stage. This is a weird album. Kind of reminds me. No, Loki, we're not talking about Nazis. Kind of reminds me of John Cale a little bit. Do you guys know Peter Hamill? Yeah, look at that cover. Isn't that weird? There he is down in the corner. Just, yeah, strange. On the Mad Hatter Charisma label. The famous Charisma label, I guess they say. Let's see here. Here is Wild Honey by the Beach Boys. So this is one of those this is on the green label, Capitol. This is one of those Beach Boys albums that's not cheap. It's not super expensive. I have 39 on it or whatever, but it would sell for less. Yeah, and what was the other one that I have some other Beach Boys stuff that's little different when certain other albums are a little bit more. Oh, here we go. Here's one. This is a strange album. Smiley Smile by the Beach Boys. This is the first press, by the way, on Brother Records. Yeah, pretty cool. Let me turn this. Let's see. Oh, somebody took that out. All right. Okay, here's a 74 that you would think I would keep, but I just don't. I'm just not that big on it. Natty Dread by Bob Marley and the Wailers. It's a 74. It's in good shape. Not a terribly expensive album, but yeah, pretty cool. You guys doing okay? Are we getting bored? This is all I know to do, guys. Okay, Get on the Good Foot, James Brown. This is a double album on Polydor, early press of this. Here's a weird album. This is 74 McCoy Tyner, Asante, kind of an Africa themed on Blue Note. Let's get the blue label. Yeah, this is interesting. I wasn't too jazzed about it, but cool. I guess a lot of people like McCoy Tyner. Here's one that I paid up for when I got it. Sun Ra, Pleasant Mood from 74. It's in good shape. On what is the record label? Saturn Research. You guys know that record label? Yeah, John loves Sun Ra. Yeah, very cool. I got this at Too Many Records from Matt. You guys all know Too Many Records up in Portland. Great guy. I ran into Matt at the record show that I sold at, and we chatted for a while. What a swell guy. Very nice guy. Big channel, big in the VC. He gets a little bit of hate, but I think he's an awesome guy. Here's Rock-a-Rolla, Judas Priest 74 album. This is on white vinyl. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Everybody knows this album. Yes, Russell, you do need the lighted magnifying glass. This is so good for looking at dead wax and it's been a really, really good tool to have. Just picked it up for, I don't know, it was like $10 on the Amazon. Okay, here's Led Zeppelin. This is the very rare orange lettered edition. Anybody knows about that? This is my orange lettered Led Zeppelin 4, 3, no, 1. Led Zeppelin 1. That's right. Very rare. If I Had a Hammer. Is that Peter, Paul, and Mary, Dave? I think that's... You don't have that Zeppelin? John, you want me to... Let me know if you want me to set it aside for you. This is a cool... This is a UK press can from 74. Limited edition. Not the album. The title name is Limited Edition. It says Made in England. Oh, Ed, Rock and Roll is a good one. Much more raw. Yeah, I noticed that too because I've listened to some of the other Judas Priest albums. It is. Yes, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Dave. You are right. Okay, here's a guy that I can't get into. I just can't. He's the biggest jazz guy there is, but I just can't seem to find my way with Miles Davis. It's just, I mean, I guess it's one of those things. Maybe I just need to give more time to it to see if I would fall in love with it. I probably would after a while. And here's his other 74. Get Up with It. Miles Davis. Dig those glasses. What a guy, huh? I much prefer Hubbard. Yeah. Okay. I need to, who's Hubbard? Oh, okay. Here is Fleetwood Mac Tusk. And this is on silver vinyl. In good shape. Where did I get this one? I forget. No shame in not liking Davis. Okay. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. I forget where I got this, but it's cool. I really liked it. It was a good listen. I think it's a double album on silver vinyl. Yeah, so many different periods of Miles, right, Ed? Let's see what Russell says here. According to Discogs, that Can LP collects unrealized music from throughout the band's history from 68 to 76 and both the band's major singers. Oh, okay. Very cool. See, I can count on you guys for all the deets. Tusk sounds like cocaine. Mother Hubbard and the Franks of Invention. Okay. To truly get into Miles Davis, you need to hear Kind of Blue. I've listened to Kind of Blue many times. Oh, at the corrected speed. What does that mean? Coming soon to a store near you for a low, low price. I'm not catching that one. I'd love that. Oh, the can? Okay. Pardon me for a second, guys. Okay. Put that up there. Does anyone here agree that Sandy Denny was the greatest singer of all time? Jeff Golfer, 307. Are you serious about that, Jeff? It's good that Chad is preserving Kind of Blue at the corrected speed. It's easy to scoff, but it's a historical document. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so is it faster or slower? The corrected speed. That's pretty cool. And the Sun Ra, if allowed. Okay. Let me find the Sun Ra here for you, John. Put that up for you. You guys are going to have to help me because I'm making one pile here. Help me on the Discord. Sandy Dennis is my girlfriend. Mulligan stole her from me. It's is that 3 100,000ths or 10,000ths differently speeded or something? Okay. All right. I'm going to push those out of the way. Give me a second here, guys. Okay. Should we go through some jazz? Let's go through some jazz. There's some real commons in here, but there's some special ones too. I'm going to flip through some of these pretty quick. Count Basie Jumping at the Woodside. I picked it up because it was a Verve's Choice, which I thought was kind of cool, and it was in pretty good shape. I'll try to keep up with the comments here. Let's see this. Put that with that. I'll pick them up. Okay. Don't Mess with Mr. T, Stanley Turrentine. Ahmad Jamal at the top. Diary by Ralph Towner. 27 here. Hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate it. Just hope you're cool with going through all these records today. This is the 74 from John Coltrane. So I guess this is a comp or after he was gone. I think he was gone by 74. Isn't that right? Alternate takes. Yeah. So this might be, I've listened to it once, I think, but it's got Giant Steps on it. Cousin Mary, I'll Wait and Pray, Body and Soul, some others. Kind of cool. Here's one I picked up just a couple weeks ago from the old lady in, was this the old lady in? No, I got this at a barn sale at the back of a dirty barn. I was on my way home from the Sweet Home thing, and I picked up some records, and this was in the midst of all these hammered albums. This Don Cherry, Art Deco. I love that little horn. Look how little that thing is. He died around 68, I think. Okay. But yeah, this was totally out of place in this barn. Out in the middle, it was an estate sale, and there was all this farm implements and tools and rusty appliances and all sorts of stuff. Pocket trumpet, okay. But yeah, I saw this there, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. I got to pick up the Don Cherry. This was fun to listen to. This is on Impulse. Zoot Sims, Waiting Game, Gatefold, I believe. But I love that Impulse label. Pretty cool. Everybody knows this album. I have a copy. I have my own copy of it. I love Oscar Peterson. He gets a little fast for me sometimes, but if I pick up anything of his for cheap, I think I probably have 8 or 10 Oscar's albums. Really like Oscar Peterson. You want the Zoot? Depending upon cost. Let's see what I have on this. It's only $12, Ian, if you want it. So is it a mono? Is the Zoot a mono? No, this is a stereo copy. So yes, okay. You know how to get a hold of me, Ian. Let's see. John says, I don't like Oscar Peterson. Wax yelled at me once regarding he would. But he probably did it in love, John. So who said, I think Ian said Zoot first. Sorry, Rich. Maybe we can find something in here that you'll like. Mingus Moves, 74. Yeah. Yep, 74. Where was this recorded? Atlantic Studios in New York City. So that slippery bastard snuck in as always. You gotta watch him. You gotta watch Ian. Nancy Wilson, and Cannonball Adderley on the Rainbow Capital label. Just too omnipresent. Oh, he was too omnipresent. Yeah, I think he was a little bit oversaturated in certain places, John. I think you're right there. Check out this. This is funny. This is 74. Sunny Stitt. Satan. You have the Nancy one. Yeah, she's a great singer, isn't she, John? Yeah. So Sunny Stitt, the sax player. Art Landy and Ian Garbarek, Red Lanta. Here's one you don't see very often. Bill Berry and the LA Band. Kind of cool. It's like it's on Beez Records, Beez Records. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Just probably an independent press or something like that. Bunch of names here. It's kind of cool. It lists all the players in the front. Renee, you're here. How you doing, buddy? Yes, you were on the show with me today. It's good to hang out with you, man. Freddie Hubbard and Stanley Turrentine in concert with Ron Carter, Herbie Hancock, Jack DeJohnette, and Eric Gale, Volume 1. This is on CTI. I find that I like a lot of CTI stuff. Usually not. I mean, it's $8. Usually not very expensive. Freddie Hubbard, there you go. Here we go. Jack McDuff, The Fourth Dimension. Kind of a cool dolly kind of. This has got a tear on the back. But you guys know Jack McDuff? It's killer. Here we go. Gato Barbieri, Chapter 3, Viva Emiliano Zapata. Oh, here's a unique album. George Duke and Feel. I got this in the UK too, I believe. Yeah. It's on MPS. The cover's pretty worn. Probably a VG cover. You have the Gato. Is it Gato or Gato? Gato. I see this a lot out there. Ben Sidran. This is Don't Let Go. Yeah. On Bulldog Records. John needs some Gato with John Abercrombie. Oh. Rochelle, please take note as Marty isn't looking at our comments enough. People will gazump me. I'm looking at him, Ian. Everybody knows this album. Alice Coltrane, Santana. See this around quite a bit. Here's a promo copy of Thad Jones and Mel Lewis called Potpourri. White label promo. Here's one I really like. I got this in the middle of Idaho at a thrift shop. Overton Berry Trio. It's live at Seattle's Doubletree Inn, probably near the airport or something like that. So it's got all the crowd noise and the clinking of glasses and stuff like that. But I sold this one. I have 19 on it, still in the shrink. I sold Toby, the Overton Berry Trio album, in the first 5 minutes to another dealer at the record show for like $70, something like that. The guy knew. I think I underpriced it. The guy knew right away what I had. This is on Jaro, but I really enjoyed this album. Not sure what year, but they do some Beatles stuff. Hey Jude, they do, and I Love Her on this. Just really cool. I remember listening to this on that trip when I was driving through Salt Lake City. Les McCann and Eddie Harris, Swiss Movement. Recorded at the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland on Atlantic, 1969. Ray Charles, My Kind of Jazz. Gatefold. Who did I hear talk about this album? I heard somebody talk about how much they love this. Somebody was talking about Dave Brubeck albums the other day on a stream. I don't know if it was Rachel Stream or not. The Six Eye Columbia. Yeah, and they said was it Fluffy? Maybe was saying how much he liked this album. Look at this, Dave Brubeck featuring Jerry Mulligan. Blues Roots on this is a 2i on Columbia. Jazz Goes to Collect. I like Dave Brubeck. Yeah, Dave Brubeck is great. I love Take 5. I don't have it, but I'd love to get it. That's one I'm always kind of looking for. What is it? Blue Rondo a la Turk is a favorite song of mine. Here's a Sonny Chris Craft. I don't know what year. This is from 75. I have to go. So for the final time, Marty, I would like the Sonny Stitt and Freddie Hubbard in concert to go with Zoot. Okay, pardon me while I dig those real quick here for you, Ian. Okay, what was the Freddie Hubbard in concert? This one? No, that's Eddie Harris. No, Thad Jones. Okay, that one, Ian, and the Sonny Stitt. Okay. Loki, give me all the records Ian wants. Okay. Okay. The one with Stanley Turrentine. Yes. Yep. That's the one. I got it there, Ian. You guys are going to have to help me. There's a stack enough here. You'll have to help me when we talk on Discord about which ones that maybe I'll post pictures of them and you guys can, we can like figure that out. Stanley Jordan, this is on Blue Note. Yeah, looks like he's tapping the later Blue Note. The finest in jazz since 1939. Oh, this is a promo. Yeah, there's a promo too, which is kind of cool. Marty's chat is usually much calmer. Here's another Gato Barbieri, Under Fire. There he is on the back. Here's another Sonny Chris, Warm and Sunny. Sorry for the glare. There he is smoking his cool cigarette. This is from, what year is this? 76. BC Army has invaded the chat this morning. Yeah. I love that you're all here. I really loved this. Porgy and Bess on Verve. It's a double album. Who's on this? Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. It's such a great cover. There's lots of different. Was that a play, Porgy and Bess? I think there's a lot of people that did the score to this. Gato Under Fire. I'm trying to keep up here, guys. Oh, here's one that a lot of people want. This is the Great Concert of Eric Dolphy. This is a box set with, I think it's on Prestige. It does have the insert and 1, 2, 3, yeah, and 3 albums. And I think they're all in great shape. This is 74 promo copy, Yosef Lateef, Part of the Search on Atlantic. Oh, it was an opera by Gershwin. Nice pull, Paul. As much as Whatnot can be a pain, it does make it easier to figure out who wants what. You're right, Static. I haven't done Whatnot because I just recently, I might consider it now that I don't have the shop anymore and I can't put as many records down at the new place I might be getting. So we'll see. Okay, here's With Silence on Enja with Carl Berger, Mashiko Sato, Adelhard Rodinger, and Alan Blairman. I think this is a 77. No, this isn't a 70. Maybe it is. Yeah, this is a 74 with Silence on NJ Records. Duke Ellington and his orchestra live in the Virgin Islands. Let's see here. Here is a handful of Ramsey Lewis. These are all in really good shape. You kind of see these quite a bit for not too much money. But this one is kind of special. This is Bach to the Blues. And it's a first press, and it's near mint. It's in just both jacket and record are just in really good shape. I like Ramsey Lewis a lot. His 74 Sun Goddess is a keeper for me. Anything Goes, the Dave Brubeck Quartet. Plays Cole Porter in the 2i Columbia. This is Duke Ellington. This is like a comp, I think. Nothing special really there. Everybody knows this album. The record is actually sealed inside of this, Dave Brubeck's Bravo. So you can see it's still in the, I guess it has the, the perforated top where you'd peel it. Yeah, it's still sealed where you'd peel it off. That's kind of cool. Pablo, I love Pablo. Joe Pass, Nils Pettersson, and Oscar Peterson. Yeah, Dave, I really like Ramsey Lewis 70s stuff. Rich is not letting go that he missed that album to Ian. Here's Hoagie Carmichael sings the Pacific Jazz with the Pacific Jazz Men on Pacific Jazz. Jack Teagarden in The Shrink. It's just a $5 record. This isn't jazz, I don't think, but it made it in the pile. This is Africa Ceremonial and Folk Music, recorded in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania by Dave Fangha. Paul, I bet you know about this. Yeah, kind of interesting. On Nonesuch. This is the hair that John wishes he had. Rhythm Deep on GRP. The drummer. George Benson. We've all seen a lot of George Benson. He was also a composer. He was a composer. Russell knows about him. I have that. It's a good series. I knew you would, Paul. I knew you would. Paul knows it. You guys have all seen this record, I'm sure. Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays. I remember Pat Metheny. A Pat Metheny CD was one of the first CDs I ever got. I didn't know anything about it, and I was in high school or just had graduated. It was one of those Columbia House, 15 CDs for a penny each or something like that. And I got a Pat Metheny and liked it, but it wasn't one of my favorites. Don Ellis Orchestra. Live in 2/4 time. What is it? Yeah. And the last one from this pile is the Oscar Peterson Silent Partner score. Okay. Should we have a brief interlude? You all still let me know if you're done and I can do some more another time, or if you want me to keep going. I have some blues. You want me to go through some blues or some rock and roll? Oh, here we go. Let's do I got some reggae, some ambient and experimental, and some soul and funk. Avant-garde, there we go. Oh, avant-garde metal. I don't think I do. Static. Yes, blues. Okay, let's Red is down for more. Okay, let me grab the blues. Okay, I got a whole mess of Alligator records, which I really love. Blues stuff. So here we go. Coco Taylor, I got what it takes. White label, Alligator. First press. Yeah, from what is this from? What year is this? It's from '76, I think, but I'm not sure. She's a goddess in the blues world. Keep the doodles inside; they aren't happy. Save the power electronic stuff for Joel. Okay. I don't know what this is, guys. Trouser jazz. Is this jazz, Mr. Scruff? I've never heard about this, and I don't think I've listened to it yet. I just priced it on Discogs, but anybody knows about that album? Mr. Scruff. You know Mr. Scruff? Static? Let me know in the comments below. Some of these might not be blues. Jurassic 5, that's not blues, right? It's a later, 90s or whatever. Is he good? He's good. Okay. Maybe I should listen to that today, this afternoon. Here's Otis Spawn on Prestige, The Blues Never Die. You got to see her live, Coco Taylor, Russell? That's cool. That would be really cool. When I listened to this, I really enjoyed it. The Paul DeLay Band, Teasin' Blues. This was really good. Did you get the Mr. Scruff the same place as the Herbalist? Yes, I did, Paul. It was in the same group of records. Yes. So they go together. Sample based. Oh, is hip hop electronic sample based? Okay, that makes sense, Ed. Mississippi John Hurt on Vanguard. Yeah, you guys know this album. Carrie Bell's Blues Harp on Delmark. I don't think it's a promo, but it is a white label. Kabuki Wookie, John Lee Hooker on Bluesway, ABC Bluesway. Let's see. Here is Albert King Live. This is a double album. Yep. On Tomato. Another Alligator. Lonnie Brooks. This was a great album. I have 2 copies of this. Bayou Lightning. I just love everything Alligator does. I think they're awesome. You know, they're not super expensive. They're under $20, and they're all, the pressings are really good. If the record's in good shape, they sound really good. This is a great album. Clarence Gatemouth Brown, Pressure Cooker. I love that. He's got the leather pick guard with his name Gatemouth on it. Very cool. Love the cowboy getup too. Here we go. Jimmy Johnson, Barroom Preacher on Alligator. That typical green label. All the Alligator stuff I have is on. They're all in really good shape. Here's Albert Collins. This is Frostbite. This telly. Stefan has I have the Gatemouth. He has the Gatemouth album. Don't Lose Your Cool. Albert Collins and the Icebreakers with the same telly, and he's got a semi-truck belt buckle there, which is really cool. I love that. Okay, here's a 74 that I'm not going to keep, but that's good, and it's in great shape. John Lee Hooker, Free Beer and Chicken. This is a repress, I believe. Yes, I'm sure it is. It's kind of that one what is John Lee? He's kind of like that one chord blues, right? Doesn't change a whole lot. Okay, here's another Coco, Queen of the Blues, on Alligator Records. Look at her scream. The live stuff on YouTube is fun to watch her. Lazy Lester on Alligator. Love this picture on the back. I think it's cool. Okay, this is really cool because it's got Albert Collins, Robert Cray, and Johnny Copeland all on an album together called Showdown. They tear it up on this album. It's very cool. Let's see. Muddy Waters and the West, and the Wolf, excuse me. With Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, Bill Wyman, Charlie Watts, Paul Butterfield, Mike Bloomfield, Otis Spawn, Hubert Sumlin, and Duck Dunn on Chess Records. Here's a single by Lonnie Mack. This is really good. Sounds amazing. Alligator Records. What is it? It's a promo copy, not for sale. Me and My Car, Rock People, Tough on Me, Tough on You, and Song I Haven't Sung. Yeah, 12-inch single. Very cool. Sounds awesome. Jimmy McGriff, Black and Blues. What is this? MPMR. What's the label on this? Oh, it's Groove Merchant. Sorry. Yeah. So, am I still catching your everybody knows East West, don't they? Butterfield Blues Band. Here's one with a great cover. Don't Your Plums Look Mellow Hanging on Your Tree by Big Joe Williams. Not Joe Williamson, Joe Williams. I believe this is a 74, Johnny Shines and Company on Biograph Records. Yeah. I love the telephone chord style instrument chords. Bobby Bland, Introspective on the Early Years. So this is a comp. This is from 74, I believe. Yep. On ABC Records. Double album. Yep. I think it's a gatefold. Robert Lockwood Jr., Contrast. Is this the... No, it's not a signed copy, but looks like on Trix Records. Yeah. Kind of a small press, I guess. I can feel it in my plums. Muddy Waters Live at Kelly's. At Mr. Kelly's. It's still in the shrink. Albert King Livewire Blues Power on Stax. Marty, do you have any good recipes for green gauges? I don't know what you're talking about, bud. This is a great album. Love this album. Jimmy Reed, Found Love on VJ. Yeah, this is very cool. The Genius Sings the Blues, Ray Charles. Owned by Kat O'Brien, Salem, Oregon. I wonder if Kat is probably a lady. She owned it, but it's in great shape. That's why I have it. Normally, I probably wouldn't I'd pass on something like these because they're all beat up, but this was in good shape. Here's a cool, kind of obscure album, the San Diego Blues Jam, with Thomas Shaw, Bob Jeffrey, Bonnie Jefferson, Sam Chapman, Tom Courtney, Henry Ford Thompson, and Louis Major. But it's got a cool picture of him jamming in there. It's very neat. And then, yeah, there's pictures of him on the back here. The jacket's in kind of rough shape, but the vinyl's great. You have this one, Bill. That's cool. Are you talking about this one? That's cool. Oh, this is an interesting one. The Cedar Walton Trio, A Night at Boomers, Volume 2, with special guest star Clifford Jordan. And they're in the water naked, taking a bath there, which is kind of interesting. This is on Muse Records. Yeah. But three dudes taking a naked skinny dip in there. It's kind of an interesting picture to put on the cover, right? Here's another Butterfield Blues Band live. Willis Jackson. What you talking about, Willis, on Verve? Golden Butter. So this is the comp of the Paul Butterfield Blues Gang. And the Blue Jays. Nations. I think it's how you pronounce that. I don't know if that's blues. Maybe it's more soul. Okay. Now we're going to go to reggae, kind of hip hop, and then ambient, and then some soul and funk. Okay. Bob Marley and the Wailers live on the Blue Island. So it's not, it's like a second or third press. Oh, you've got the Ray Charles. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Paul, were you asking me about this one? Oneness of Juju, African Rhythms. This is not the original. This is not the first press. The first press is big money. This one I had at $29, but yeah, this is I when I looked at I first saw the original press and I was like, oh, this was cool. Double Barrel by Dave and Ansel Collins, Soul on Big Tree Records. Oh, let's see what those go for. Which one, Paul? The Oneness? You mean the Oneness? Let me know in the comments. I'll set this here. Say yes or no. Or is it when you want a record? Put the name of the record in the comments. Here we go. Bushman, Total Commitment. Yes, Oneness. Okay, set aside for you, Paul. Boards of Canada, Twoism. This is I guess this is a single. I don't know much about it. Maybe you guys do. 200 Directive, Iced Coolie, Bass Free. No, it is I guess there's 4 tracks on each side. Well, I don't know what Boards of Canada are. Is that Dagon's music? That's a good one. Twoism. Okay. Yeah, Twoism. Russell knows it. Wow, Russell. That's not reggae. Sorry. They're going to be mixed in here a little bit. Pebbles, Volume 3. I don't know what this is really. The Acid Gallery. Looks like a comp with a whole bunch of people on BFD Records. The Best of Luciano includes 2 previously unreleased tracks. This is a Jamaican press. Boards of Canada is good electronic music like down tempo. Okay, that's cool. Original Stalag 17, 18, and 19. You guys know that at all? It's another Jamaican press. Cool artwork. Don't know much about it. I don't know. I like Ray Guy, but I don't know much about it. Okay, I think this is probably Electronic Static. Maybe you know this one. Rewind 3, original classics reworked, remixed, re-edited, and rewound volume 3. Looks like a comp on Ubiquity Records. As One. So far, so good. 12 years of electronic soul. This is a double album. Gatefold. I don't know if they're called So Far or As One. Who knows? The back of it. Put it up close to the camera. Oh, the Stalag 17. Okay. Is that what you need to see? Is a dance hall comp. Did you just look that up, Russell, or do you know that? Is that in your wheelhouse? Is this the one you wanted to see, Static? Let me know. I don't know what this record is. Quilt, probably another electronic album. Oh, you looked it up. Of course you did. Yeah, but this looks like a 2011. So I have no idea what this is. But it's $12. 10 if you want it. Is a reggae comp. Okay, Rewind 3 is a down-tempo electronic comp. You know the stuff, man. You know your stuff. Okay, this is interesting. Brass pins and match heads. International 78s. Brass pins and match heads. Oh, it's from Mississippi Records, right here in Portland. What do you know? Ages and Ages, Divisionary, on Partisan Records. What year this is? 2014. Sujin Buckner. Who Say I Tire? You guys know this? On Vampy Soul. It's a double album. I think it's reggae, but I don't know. I haven't listened to a lot of these. Yeah, Sujin Buckner. Who Say I Tire? That last one was a Partisan record. Was Partisan Records? Yes. This Ages and Ages is a Partisan Records, so people can look at them. Should I just link to the Discogs page? If you want to, Static, you're free to do that. Vampy Soul is a good label. Okay. Vampy Soul. All right. Another Luciano duets. This is a UK press. President Brown, original Blueprint. Is this it's a US press, I think. Junior Kelly, Love So Nice. And last one, Bushman, Naman Chant. Yaman Chant? Nah, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so concludes the reggae portion of our presentation. Now let's do some ambient and experimental. Maybe this is stuff Russell or some of you guys like. Here we go. William Duckworth of the Time Curve Preludes. This is on Lovely Music, which I've sold some stuff on Lovely Music from in the past. Mother Mallard's Portable Masterpiece Company. This is on Earthquack from '73. Oh, there they are. Mother Mallard. I know some of you guys have this one, Astor Piazzolla and the New Tango Quintet. 0 Hour Nuevo Tango, Hora Zero, still in the shrink. On American Clave. Is that how you pronounce it? I know you guys know that album. This is an extra copy that I have. This is a '74 release of Tomita. This is such a great album. This the Moog. This is on the Red Seal. Really cool Japanese artist, and it's his take on a Debussy music. So yeah, really cool. I like this album. This is an Argentinian press of Interpretaciones Inmortales de Música de Porteña a través de los años, on RCA. Is an interesting label. Kip Haranan. Okay. Yeah, Tomita's good stuff, isn't he, Dave? Okay. Zakir Hussain, La Tabla. Sachdev, Raga Rupali. Do you guys know that? Does that make sense at all to you? It's got the George Harrison talks about it, and so does Paul Horn. Okay, still in the shrink on Unity Records. All right, here's one that you all know. Right, Brian Eno, Before and After Science. Yeah, everybody knows this. Oh, it's still in the shrink. Zakir, you know Zakir, Ed? Meredith Monk. This is on Lovely Music as well. Key. I've sold a couple of her records. And these are all the Lovely Music albums. I think he probably listened to them once. Good shape. Here's another one that you all know. Brian Eno's Ambient One, Music for Airports. A good album. Tom Johnson, An Hour for Piano, on Lovely Music. This is still in the shrink, but the shrink is kind of coming apart a little bit, but the album's in great shape. Zakir was friends with Mickey Hart of The Dead. Okay. He was a master musician, died this year. Saw him with Bill Laswell. Very cool. What is your price on the Eno? Are you talking about the this one? Static. Maybe you got to put the name. I have 37 on it, but I can work with you probably on that. I think that should be under median. Let me know if you do want it. Brian Jones presents Pipes of Pan at, I don't know what that font is. Jujuka. Meredith Monk, Turtle Dreams on ECM. All right. Terry Riley, Descending Moonshine Dervishes. This is a well-known album by Terry Riley. This is, what's the label on this? Oh, I think this is a German press. It is a German press. Kuck. Yeah. Curious which pressing it is. Yeah, I can. Let's see. I think I looked it up. I know I looked it up once, but you can message me on it on Instagram. That's cool, Static. We can figure it out together. I think this is Terry Riley's, one of his most famous ones on Columbia, A Rainbow in Curved Air. People know this record quite well. Oh, Master Drummers of Jujuka from Morocco. Man, Ed, you're a wealth of knowledge. Okay, last ambient one or experimental. Waylon DBD and the Hartman for Generations Yet Unborn from 1984. Okay, some soul, and then I think we'll wrap it up because we're pushing a little bit here. I got so many more. Got lots of rock albums too. You want the Rainbow and Curve there? Okay. Message you on the know which pressing it is. Okay. Bobby Humphrey, Satin Doll. The Four Tops, Meeting of the Minds. That's a 74. Stevie Wonder, Fulfillingness First Finale. Good album. Oh, I love this when I listen to it. Aretha Now on the Atlantic Green and Blue. Here's Aretha from 74, Let Me In Your Life. And she made 2 albums from 74. This is With Everything I Feel in Me, another 74. Here's one that I don't see very often. Barbara Mason, Transition. On, what is that label? On Buddha Records. Yeah, interesting. Woman to Woman, Shirley Brown. I think I got this one in the UK, even though it's an American pressing when I was over there. Here's a repress that I got. You guys know Gil Scott-Heron, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. Still in the shrink. I got this in Eugene at a record shop there a while back, and it's good, of course. Ohio Players, Skin Tight, and Ohio Players. Yvonne likes Ohio Players. Fire, both of them from 74. I had that 45 record by Shirley Brown. Oh, cool. Barbara Mason was amazing. Nice. Cash McCall, Omega Man. This is a repress on Paula Records from 74. The Checkmates, FSO, the Checkmates Limited. So, I don't know what this, I don't know if I listened to this or not on Fontana, but it was in such good shape I picked it up. It's mono. This is Mr. Oscar Brown Jr. Goes to Washington. Yeah, he just likes Ohio Players covers. They got great covers, no doubt about that. And I don't mean they're singing other people's songs. Another Man is a classic track. Saudade, Moacir Santos. Do you know this one, guys? Still in the shrink on Blue Note. Maybe this goes in the jazz section. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. You know that one. Wake Up Everybody, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Look at those chaps. Cool as cucumbers. Another Aretha's Gold. Hey, Rich. Take care, buddy. I know it's late over where you're at. You're welcome, man. I'm happy to hang out with you anytime, my friend. We're just about done here. Oh, hype sticker. The Brothers Johnson. Look at those funky guys. The Howard Lemon Singers. I Am Determined. On the Gospel Truth label. Everybody knows this album. Les McCann. I love Les McCann. His Another Beginnings? His 74 is one of my favorite, probably in top 20, top 15 albums of 74 of Les McCann. And the last one is Esther Phillips. Okay, so I think I have direct contact with the guys that I've got a stack of, I don't know, 10 or 12 records here, and we'll sort it out on Discord, or you can send, if you want, you can send me on, because I'm not sure exactly which ones, because they're in one pile. But what I'll do is probably post pictures, and then you guys can respond to the pictures, the ones that you want. Yeah, the Brother Johnson is 5-star. You're right. It's very cool. Cheap record too. So now I have, 800 more albums here, lots of classic rock, lots of really cool stuff in good shape. So if there's any artists that any of you all are looking for, I'd be happy to dig them out and see if I have anything or let you know. So Marty in Oregon at Instagram, MartyINOREGON. I wish, Bill, I had a list. I don't have a list or pictures of all these records because it was kind of last minute. But I know it's hard to think of things off the top of your head that I might have that you want, but maybe I'll do, maybe next weekend for the show, I'll just do like a rock and roll. I'll pick out a bunch of good rock and roll, maybe some obscure stuff that I have. And because I've got so much stuff. I even got some really cool stuff from the 50s and 60s that's cheap but in really good shape. Some like crooner stuff, some of the ladies that are really fun to listen to that are under $10. And they're just, I don't keep those unless they're in really good shape. So you can I'll talk to my friends on Discord, and you can contact me on Instagram or send me an email if you want. I think if most of you have PayPal, that's going to be the best way to do it. I think shipping is domestically would be about $6, but I mean, we'll figure that out. PayPal is the best way. If we could do friends and family, that way I don't have to give them a percentage. And I think you all can trust me, but because if you get it and you don't want it, you can return it to me and I'll give it back to you. I think you all know me good enough. Yeah, wish list. Yeah, I wish I had that. Hey, Eddie, my man, how you doing? You just missed it. Go back and watch, Eddie, if you want to. I went through a couple hundred records of stuff that I'm selling that I took out of my shop, and if you want any of them, I'd be happy to hook you up. So Marty in Oregon at Instagram, Marty in Oregon at Gmail. And you can leave a comment in this video too if you see something or want something that you all want. Is there anything else that you can think of, guys, that I've maybe missed? I can't. I want to cover everything for you, so you can get a hold of me, or if there's anything you want. But please message me. I will go back and check out your inventory. Okay, Eddie. So I only showed about 200, and I've got about 800 records here. But next week I'll do a unless something else comes up, I'll do another. We'll do another session with just rock and some other unique stuff. And I think I can remember what I've shown. I'll set aside what I've shown today, and if anybody wants anything. So let's see. And if any, like Jens, if you want anything, if there's anything you got to have, Rochelle's going to Ireland in December, and so I may be able to, because I think shipping from Ireland to like Sweden or the mainland is cheaper over there. So, or Yvonne, if you're still here, we can do something like that. If there's anything you need to have, I think we can work that out so it doesn't cost, because I know shipping is an arm and a leg for you, and I don't want you to have to pay a huge shipping cost. So if there's anything that you can, that you like, okay. Let's see. I'm going to start. I'll take a bunch of pictures. Unless if the guys on Discord, if you know which ones you have, just message on Discord in the chat section, or we'll pick a thread on that, and I can then put them together for you and run over what I have them priced at and what I can do for you. So we will see you all next week. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys, and hope you have a good night. Watch some football, get some good food in your belly, and take care, and we'll see you next time. All right. Ciao.